Lesson: Nuclear physics. What is meant by mass defect? The mass defect of a nucleus is the difference between the total mass of the separate nucleons and the combined mass of the nucleus. What is meant by binding energy? It is the energy required to completely separate all the nucleons of a nucleus to infinity. What is meant by binding energy per nucleon? It is the energy required to completely separate all the nucleons of a nucleus to infinity, divided by the number of nucleons in the nucleus. What is nuclear fusion reaction? Light nuclei combine or fuse to form heavier nuclei with larger binding energies per nucleon. What is nuclear fission reaction? Heavy nucleus breaks into two lighter nuclei with larger binding energies per nucleon. What is radioactivity? Emission of particles, and/or electromagnetic radiation, by unstable nuclei to become stable is called radioactivity. Radioactive decay is a spontaneous process. Explain. Radioactive decay is not affected by any external factors, such as temperature or pressure. Radioactive decay is a random process. Explain. It cannot be predicted which nucleus will decay next, and there is a constant probability that a nucleus will decay in any fixed period of time. What are the evidence to say that radioactive decay is a random process? Count rate fluctuates about an average value. This demonstrates the random nature of radioactive decay. Define radioactive half-life. The half-life of a radioactive nuclide is the time taken for the number of undecayed nuclei to be reduced to half of its original number. Radioactive isotope, with a very long half-life. If you measure the count rate from an isotope, with a very long half-life, you might expect to obtain a constant value. Define decay constant of radioactive isotope. For radioactive decay, the decay constant is the probability of the decay of a nucleus per unit time. Define radioactive activity. The activity of a radioactive source is the number of nuclear decays occurring per unit time in the source.